what do we have here? We have from GM Samuel Shankland, which says, like all other serious chess players, I was closely following the World Chess Championship match. First of all, major congratulations to Ding Liren for becoming the new world champion. He is a very deserving winner and the guy I have had the most trouble with in my own games for the last several years. Based on how the match went, I had an observation that I thought I'd share. We all know that if you dig deep enough in the mainline opening, black is always eventually equalizing. As such, nearly all 2700 plus players make sure to have both one e4 and one d4 at their disposal, trying to pressure their opponents in different parts of their black repertoires and make it hard for them to prepare and review all the key lines properly. I certainly do my best to subscribe to this way of playing, and I usually feel the most pressure with black when facing other top players who think this way as well. It was very interesting to me that Ding, who has never been a 1e4 player, doubled down on his preference for queen pawn games, never opened with 1e4, and chose Richard Rapport as his main second. Richard also rarely plays 1e4, but he plays a version of 1d4 and 1c4 that is much more geared towards sidelines and move order tricks. Throughout the match, Ding got nice positions with white much more often than I can remember anyone else getting in a world championship match. Ultimately, it makes me wonder if we all have it wrong, and the best way to fight for an edge with white is not to play both open and closed games, but to play either 1e4 or 1d4, 1c4, 1 knight f3, and to have a very wide repertoire starting from move 2 rather than move 1 complete with both main lines and sidelines. It certainly worked this time around. So first things first, as far as this quote goes, I think here's what I would say. I would say first of all that I think that, you know, it's a little bit questionable in terms of the way Sam says this, because if we go back to previous world championship matches, players have always played one specific move against Magnus Carlsen. If we look at the match between Jan Nepomniachtchi and Magnus Carlsen in 2018, Jan was playing e4 every game until he was behind in the match, and then he started opening it up and trying to play all over the place. So contextually, this is a little bit questionable, because in previous matches, players have tried to play one opening against Magnus Carlsen every single time. Or sorry, it was 2021, whereas 2018 was kind of the same thing too. Resize the browser window, yeah, I could, but it's good enough for right now. So I think that in general terms, players have tried to play one opening against Magnus. It just hasn't worked as well as it worked for Ding playing against Nepo. But I do think that if Nepo was playing Magnus, he would have been much better prepared against the London system, as well as like potentially Collie type setups, than he appeared to be in this match. I think that's very clear cut, that against Magnus he would have had something very, very sharp that was much more forcing, rather than something that which just led to a game. So it's interesting what Sam says. In general, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it is worth noting a lot of players were only playing one opening move against Magnus in past matches. Next up we have Dubai becomes the host for the inaugural edition of the Global Chess League. It says Dubai, UAE, June 21 to July 2nd. We have Dubai Global Chess League, a joint venture between FIDE and Tech Mahindra, announced Dubai as the venue for the inaugural edition today at a press conference in the presence of key dignitaries such as Dr. Amit Puri, Consul General of India, Dubai, Vishy Anand, 5-time world chess champion and deputy president, FIDE CP, etc., blah blah blah. The world's largest and first franchise-based chess league will be held in Dubai in association with Dubai Sports Council, the league's host partner. The Global Chess League will draw the world's attention to a new chess format and create an ecosystem for the sport, providing a platform for champions worldwide to showcase the potential of chess. Vishy Anand, the 5-time world chess champion and FIDE deputy president, said Dubai has been attracting various sporting events. The World Chess Championship in Dubai in 2021 during the Dubai Expo was a big success. Similarly, I believe the Global Chess League will mark a new beginning in fan experience. Its unique team format will contribute to the growth and development of chess. The league aims to revolutionize the game by having established and emerging talent play together on the same team. All players, including men, women, and juniors, will contribute equally to their team's success. I look forward to a fantastic inaugural season. First things first, without being like over the top negative about this, it sounds interesting, but this event has already been done. It's being done by chess.com with the Pro Chess League. Now maybe with this event it's going to be over the board, and maybe they're going to have significantly more financial backing perhaps, but this is not anything particularly unique. It literally is just the Pro Chess League all over again. Additionally, just as a point as well, like this was announced all the way back, I think in late 2020 or early 2021, and we're now in the year 2023. So it's taken quite a while to get this off of the ground. Have I been contacted? Yeah, Vishy contacted me some time ago. Obviously, I have no intention of playing in this event, frankly, because it's a FIDE event for no other reason. But also, I'm just too busy playing in other events in the near future. So, okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. The first edition of the Global Chess League, set to take place from June 21st to July 2nd 2023, will feature 6 teams with 6 players each, including a minimum of 2 female players and 1 icon player per team. Now okay, the 6 teams will compete in a round robin format where they each play 10 matches. Now again, this, I mean, online I understand doing this. Over the board, this looks, I don't know exactly how you're going to do this in a way that makes sense, honestly, because I assume icon means like a top 10 or top 20 player in the world. One second. I don't know how you're going to do this exactly. 10 matches, so this is over the board. It's going to be very long. It doesn't appear like you're going to have top players for the most part. It looks like a mix. It's 36 plus players who need to stay in Dubai in June, plus staff for 10 matches. Yeah, I mean, also frankly, I'm gonna be honest, you have this great league in Germany called the Bundesliga, which already has something very similar. You have top players competing on teams. You also have top female players playing as part of the team as well. I think it's also 6 games if I'm not mistaken. So this just to me looks very it looks very repetitive. It does not look like anything new or special at all. And you have leagues everywhere. You have leagues in Germany, you have leagues in France, Spain, which are almost identical to this. It's like teams play, it's like 7 matches or 8 matches, sometimes 10 matches, and it just looks very suspicious. It doesn't look like it doesn't look like it's anything new. So all right, so as they keep going on, okay, so they say 10 matches. FIDE President Arkady Dvorkovich said, "We are excited to announce our partnership with Dubai Sports Council to host the inaugural edition of Global Chess League in Dubai. The city has established itself as a world-class events destination, and among many other major sporting events, it has hosted the FIDE World Championship Match 2021, which was a great success. Thanks to this experience, we couldn't think of a better partner to deliver a memorable first edition of the Global Chess League. Each match will feature 6 boards that will be played simultaneously. The top 2 teams will qualify for the final on July 2nd 2023 and be crowned the world champion franchise team." Again, you guys, I'm literally gonna have to go and look this. I'm literally gonna go and look this up, but let me German Bundesliga, let me see this 2023. All right, German Bundesliga chess 2023. I literally have to like show you guys how this works. Okay, let's pull this up. Here's the information. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me go to the official website here for the German Chess Bundesliga. Yeah, so here we go, you guys. German Bundesliga being played in the great country of Germania. This is just one match. Doesn't matter what the match is, but let's see. Let's see. We have a match. It features Levon Aronian, Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, Francisco Paco Vallejo Pons, Vincent Kamer, Michael Adams, Rustam Kasimzhanov, Arkady Naidich, and Alexander Donchenko. Very, very strong teams, eh? Very strong teams. No? And it's 8 players, eight players, all top GMs who are playing. It's a league. Looks pretty good, right? I mean, I don't care about the fact that some teams are stacked, others aren't stacked, but it looks pretty solid, right? And then, of course, I think they also have a women's one as well. Let me Google it as well. Okay, we have the German. Yeah, let's go to the official website. Let's pull this up too. Okay, let's pull this up. Schach Bundesliga for the females. Okay, I'll just pull up a random match. Let's take a look here. Okay, so what do we have? We have it for the women as well. Look at this, 6 boards. 6 women are playing. 24-22, Kilbasha, Maltseva, all these players. Bottom boards are 21-88, 22-78. Actually, you guys can't see it on the far right. Actually, you can't see the ratings at all, so let me adjust it just a little bit so you guys can see it. Let's take a look, you guys. It's 6 boards. These women are very strong rated players. 2300, 2400, 6 boards, top female players playing in this event. I don't know, it looks kind of like quite good. No, you already have this. You have the women's event with top 6 players. You have the men's event, 8 very, very strong players. So exactly what is the purpose of this FIDE event that we're talking about now? Because I'm really confused. When you already literally have the exact same events going on, well established events. So they're just literally copying it. I guess they are. So okay, let's keep going. Each match will feature 6 boards that will be played simultaneously. Okay, we've already seen this elsewhere. Okay, we have the chairperson who says something about Dubai. The league will also set the standards for technological innovations in the sport of chess, as FIDE and TeamGMHikaru are exploring innovative ways to promote the game through interactive technology-enabled platforms by leveraging next-generation technologies such as 5G, artificial intelligence, and virtual reality, amongst others. Yeah, okay. Okay. And they say they have something about TeamGMHikaru. Okay, I mean, nothing wrong with them. They're trying to do something, but I mean, this does not sound like something very exciting. I'm going to be honest. This just looks ridiculous to me. It looks like an attempt to copy what's already going on. What's already going on with leagues around the world. Obviously, as I just pointed out, you have the most famous German chess Bundesliga, which is a very, very strong event. I've never actually been able to play because they spread out over weekends, over many months. But nonetheless, I don't even get the point. I'm not excited at all. No, because if I want to watch, I'm gonna go watch the German Bundesliga. I'm gonna watch Levon Aronian playing the German Bundesliga, or Maxime Vachier-Lagrave, or Paco Vallejo, or Vincent Keimer, or Michael Adams. Like, that's what I'm gonna watch, you guys. If I really want to watch a team event featuring top players in the world, I'm gonna watch a German Bundesliga. So I don't really understand what this is all about. This just looks like a bunch of fluff, if I'm being honest, and I don't think it's going to be a success. It's already a couple of years too late. It's also over the board versus online like it was originally supposed to be. So yeah, I don't think so. I think it's just adding another duplicate event, which will be no different than what's already going on. More chess events is good, except for the fact that I think that top players are basically becoming like they're becoming almost like part of the circus. I mean, you already have too many top level chess tournaments going on, and now you have this as well. I mean, I don't see how it's going to be. I don't see how it's going to be a success. It looks insane to me. It looks like another duplicate of what's already going on. So anyway, moving on. That was the next article we have. Now let's keep going. We have another article from The Guardian. Let me adjust the scene so we can cover this correctly. Let me change the board, or change the scene, I should say. Here we go. All right. So we have an article. Let me make sure. There we go. We have an article here about the World Chess Championship, which was played. It says, sleeping pills, thrills, and a new king, the inside story of the World Chess Championship. China's first world champion Ding Liren and Jan Nepomniachtchi speak about their epic match and what they were really thinking behind the scenes. All right. The king is dead. Long live the Ding. First of all, that's kind of silly, but also the king is not dead either. So I don't even, I mean, that just seems like a really poor attempt at a pun. Really poor pun. Chess is a new world champion. I mean, if the king was dead, Ding would have beat Magnus, but whatever, that's beside the point. Chess is a new world champion, Ding Liren from China. And the day after his thrilling victory against the Russian player Jan Nepomniachtchi, he is sitting talking to The Guardian. Energy spent after a 24-day 18-game marathon soaked in tension and wild momentum swings. It turns out Ding has a nickname, Silent Storm. Silent Storm? What? Okay. And it is well judged as his final moves in the match. It's well judged as his final moves in the match. He says, his voice rising barely above a whisper, but then over the board. Okay, thunder on the board, drama off of it. That was the story of this world championship, which came about after Magnus Carlsen decided to abdicate his throne and ended with Ding as the 17th classical chess world champion in history. Some of what played out in Astana is well known. The fact Ding admitted he was depressed after the first game, recovered, and then entered another dip after having his opening preparation leaked. But not everything. Just 24 hours after his defeat, Nepomniachtchi reveals how disaster struck him on the eve of Sunday's crucial tiebreak after the classical chess part of the match finished in a 7-7 draw. The Russian endured major sleep problems during his unsuccessful attempt to beat Carlsen in 2021, so he had come to Astana prepared. I had some medicine to make sure I can fall asleep, and at 1 a.m. I found it had vanished. I guess the lady who cleaned the room just... He stops. All right, so first things first, actually, to be fair to Nepo, I've spoken about this before, but when I played the Canada's tournament in 2016, I have never slept worse in my entire life, whether it was during a chess tournament, whether it was just at home, wherever. I've never slept as poorly as I did during that event. I was sleeping like 4 to 5 hours every night. It was a total disaster. My results were very bad. So that's the first thing I will say, is that this is actually not a joke. Like, when you're playing major chess competitions, there is a lot of stress. It can be very hard to sleep. And actually, to give you another example, during the Canada's tournament, which I played this past year in Madrid, Spain in 2022, after I lost my game to Fabiano, I slept maybe like 5 hours after that evening, after that horrible loss in the first round. Now, of course, I came back because I'm a legend, and I was able to win a 7-hour game against Timur Rajabov in the second game. But sleep issues and all these sorts of things are definitely a big part of the event, and it definitely does matter. Now, to speak to myself just for one last second, that was the only time that I had such issues with sleep. Like, after that, I slept amazing throughout the tournament. Just to be clear, why do you sleep bad when you don't care? Because it's like, if you lose a game, you don't feel good. You don't feel good. So anyway, let's keep going with the article. But just to be clear, these are very serious things. It's not a joke at all. Okay. The Russian endured major sleep problem, or no, we covered that. He stops. It was also sort of a lottery because there were 3 or 4 different pills, but the priceless one was just gone. It was sort of unlucky, I guess. I really hope it was a coincidence. Otherwise, now this is where we're going to have our second part of the discussion, which is to be clear about chess players. Chess players are very, very superstitious. There are things that get in our mind, and so for Nepo, it's like, actually, no, I'll give you an example of myself where something happened. Now this is a very, very old story, but in 2000, I believe it's 2005, I played a tournament in Karabakh in Armenia. Okay, so I played a tournament in Armenia, and I was playing a game against this Armenian grandmaster. I think his name is Ashot Nadanian, and the game's probably in the database, but I was gonna play, I think I wanted to play a Slav, and it was gonna be a little bit of a surprise. So sometime around like 12 o'clock in the morning, I go out because the housemates come in to clean the room, and I accidentally left the computer on. I did not put it in sleep mode or anything, so I left the computer on. Now, of course, I go out, I come back and everything, I play the game. Nadanian is not surprised by my opening, and I lose the game. He plays a great game, I lose the game. Now, immediately in the back of my mind, what's going on? I'm thinking to myself, well, wait, maybe the maid saw my screen, maybe somehow he knew what I was gonna play. You know, you get some of these thoughts, and you can become very easily paranoid about what's going on. So when Nepo says this, yes, you can laugh at him and say, okay, he's like salty, whatever, but it is very common for chess players to have these thoughts in your mind when something goes wrong. Okay, excuses, yeah, exactly. So the point that I'm saying is that, like, this whole thought process for Nepo, even if it's probably completely insane, you think about it. You do think about it. It's just how chess players work, which of course is why, as I've also said many times, chess players, we can be geniuses at the game of chess, but we're not necessarily all that bright when it comes to everything else, because we have certain thoughts that are not very rational. Let's leave it at that. Excuses. I agree. Fisher 2.0. Well, as you see, chess players have problems. Anyway, let's keep going with the article. I mean, he's basically saying that he's not sure, and it's like this like question mark in his mind. Whether it was espionage or an honest mistake, the result was Nepomniachtchi couldn't doze off. I'd say I managed to switch off from 10 a.m. to midday. The problem is that it was the second night that I didn't sleep well, because obviously I was very excited before the very last round of the classical game. But at least with the first night, it was a few hours combined, so that was something. Okay, Nepo is not looking for excuses. He is generous in his praise for his opponent and honest about his own failures to put his opponent away, having led 3 times in the match. But he can't help wondering if it made a difference in the last of 4 rapid tie breaks. Again, as I said, this is just how we work as chess players, and I'm not going to be super critical of Nepo here because, of course, it's like 1 or 2 days after the match. He's still very shaken by it all, and the emotions are still running extremely high. So it is what it is. Incredibly, Ding had not led during the match, but at the end, he took advantage of Nepomniachtchi's lethal mistake to force his opponent to resign after 68 moves. One move in that game, 46 rook g6, has already entered into chess lore. Most commentators expected Ding to play for a forced draw, especially as he had been on the defensive. Instead, he risked everything by dangerously pinning his king to his rook on h7. It was a decision that only ratcheted up the nerves and tension. Ding asked what was going through his mind. Nothing, he replies. I saw rook g6 was the best move in the position. Were you nervous at all? No, why not? Well, I just think I need to focus on the game. I need to at least hold the game. The opponent, she remembers it differently, especially early on. He was shaking his hand in desperation, but once again, as bad as it looked for him, it was never close to over, he says. It was quite astonishing to check it later with the computer. Position looks completely ugly, but there's always some salvation. When I played rook g6, I wanted to punish him for this move, but then allowed him to play c4, which is a blunder. Soon afterwards, Ding was proclaimed the world chess champion. 24 hours on, he is clearly still trying to process it. It's already changed my life because now I have to play for 2 more years. By the way, I have to be honest, this is comical because Ding also sounds like somebody who's had enough of chess and doesn't want to play. It's like, oh no, it's changed my life because now I have to play chess for 2 more years. The pain, the suffering of having to play chess. Heaven help me. I mean, this is actually really funny to see him say it. It's like, oh, it's almost like you feel bad for him. It's like, oh no, I mean, I can't quit playing chess. I have to play for 2 more years. Brutal. It's brutal. No, I don't think he's trying to be funny. I mean, it's probably a bad translation, but I think it's the fact that basically the pressure, all the stuff going on, he had said he was going to quit chess if he didn't win the match as well, I believe. So it's what it is. So anyway, it is hardly a bombastic response, but then Ding is known for being gentle and humble. Most people don't know me so well. Even I don't know me. Ding is a man of few words, but clearly possesses remarkable skills of calculation and recovery. In the embryonic stages of this World Championship match, his mental state was twitchy and the quality of his play poor, having moved out of the St. Regis Hotel before the first game because he was unhappy with his route. He then confessed to being a bit depressed after a fortunate draw in the opening game, adding that there might be something wrong with my mind due to the pressure of the match. So a couple of things to add here in general. I mean, I think this article is completely fine, nothing wrong. Of course, Nepo is like dealing with emotions, it's fine. Ding, what he says, also very understandable about the pressure and everything else. But there are a couple things that are worth noting. I think this actually very clearly shows why Magnus Carlsen withdrew from the match. When you see Ding saying like he has to play 2 more years, he would have quit, all these different things, having to spend months and months preparing, and just for this match with all the psychological stuff going on, it does, I think, speak a lot to why Magnus withdrew from the match and from the World Championship cycle.